Right guys, just for the record, I've just popped up here, it's Thursday evening, just to do a quick check on the birds. Pleased to say that of the 4 youngsters we put in the loft yesterday, the 2 smallest, the brown one and the almond, they've got crops like balloons and have been feeding themselves no bother. The 2 slightly bigger and older blue pies, or the blue pied and the opal pied, haven't had anything, but we've just dipped the beaks in the water again. But the 2 youngest ones have fed and watered. Right, this brown hen here, I've taken one of her eggs and I've now floated it underneath the little Project Almond cock. If memory serves me right, they laid around the same time, but the Project Almond cock, as I said, both his eggs were clear again. So I've done that in the hopes that we can single rear one there and single rear one there. The 2 youngsters off the reduced hen and the brown are coming along fine in the bottom there. We know that the egg, one of the mystery eggs we put under the white bar frill stencil cock is full and should hatch. And you remember at the weekend I'd said the 2 we left with the checker and the opal with, I wasn't sure whether they were fertile or not. I've just done a check and they are, so hopefully they're going to hatch as well. So that'll be 2 out of them, hopefully. 1 out of the frill stencil, and then obviously we'll need to wait a week at least to check the other 2 that we put underneath the reduced cock and the almond hen to see if they start filling as well, guys. So just a bit of a quick update. I'll catch you later. Bye. So I just done a bit of a quick update, guys. I'd said on the other video, I think it was yesterday, that I'd prefer to take the youngsters off the nest at around 21 to 24 days old. And I've just reminded myself going in there tonight, just the reasons why I do that. And I don't know why this happens, but the younger birds, the younger you take them off the nest, it appears they learn to eat and drink much quicker. So the 2 younger birds are already eating and drinking. So they've actually learned quicker than the other birds that we took off 2 or 3 days earlier. They're already feeding themselves and they've only been in there 24 hours. And substantially as well, they're really big bulging crops. Whereas the blue pied and the opal pied, with the tails that were slightly bigger, and they were probably, I didn't really count the days, but they were probably somewhere in the region of 28 or 29 days old, those 2. Neither of them had a drink or anything to eat. So we've dipped the beak in the water again, guys, and by tomorrow or the day after at the very latest, we're going to give them another dip in the drinker tomorrow, of course. All the other ones, by the way, every one of them have got food and water in the crops for now. I've just picked every one up just to double check, and they are all eating and drinking. Some better than others, but they are all getting liquid and they're all finding food and they're all finding water. And obviously the more you have that can eat and drink, the newer ones learn from those and just instinctively think, well, they're all going to the trough, let's follow them and see what this is about. And the younger ones do tend to catch on really quickly. But like I said, I wouldn't recommend taking pigeons off the nest any earlier than 21 days, and preferably 23 to 24 days is about the right age. That's just my preferred choice, and I've just reminded myself this evening just why I do that, purely and simply because the birds do seem to learn how to eat and drink much quicker. Anyways, guys, hope everybody's staying safe, being practical and keeping themselves out of harm's way as usual. And this is just a little quick update. See you later, bye. So a little quick update in the polytunnel as well before we finish for today. Like I said, I've been back at work today, so we only came up here about 4:30. So as you can see, the tomatoes are all coming along nice now, starting to bulk up and hopefully start ripening shortly. I have actually taken a couple of these little plum tomatoes. There's one still only partially ripe, but I've taken a handful off this truss today, all nice and ripe. Going to enjoy those. So the little cucumbers that had struggled for so long, and as you can see, guys, we're now getting cucumbers on there, and we're getting quite a few. So they're really thriving now, guys. I believe I actually planted them a bit too soon, to be perfectly honest with you. But they're really going for it now. One there, two more there, another one there, and it's basically putting them out all over. And as you can see, it's really climbing now, and not far off till it reaches the top of the string, sorry. Right, so just thought I'd give you a little look at these butternut squash again, guys. These are absolutely humongous, these. They're getting bigger every single day. And you can see that it weighs a good, I would say that's a good 5 or 6 pound in weight now, guys. But as you can see, it's starting to come out the bottom. It seems like it's holding on and it's just bulking up, and it's not protruding through the bottom. Now, I'll show you what I mean by that. Some of these ones that I only pollinated last week, as you can see, these are already down and starting to drop out. So that would be about the size of the top of the butternut squash, which is what you would expect. But these are already well down and coming out of the actual pod. And likewise, we've got another one here, and even these are a size in a week, like. But again, these are already dropping down out of the actual pod. Whereas these two here just seem to be holding them inside the pod. They're just growing and growing and growing inside the pod. Now they are, as you can see, starting to come out the bottom, but they're taking forever. They're going to be humongous, these ones, guys. And then there's another one here, as again, slightly smaller, but you can see it's already dropping out and coming out the bottom, which is what you would expect. So I believe, after doing a bit of research on this. But these ones here just seem to be holding on to them forever. They're just not letting go of them. They're just getting, and as a result, they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There's another one up here, also starting to drop down. And these two here as well, on this one, are also starting to drop down, as you can see. That one's only a very tiny one, but yeah. This little cucumber never did get much bigger, but it is actually putting cucumbers on, guys. Again, we, as I said, we give all these a haircut last weekend and trimmed them right back. But you can see the length of this thing's grew now, just from here to there. It's almost at the second section of the greenhouse now, of the polytunnel. In a week. Likewise with this one, it's about halfway down, not quite as far down as the other one. I've just put another string on there as well, guys. And I've also just pollinated this other flower here that's just came out in the last 2 days. I've just pollinated that one as well. So there we go, guys. That's a quick update. Not a great deal for you today, but hope you enjoyed the little daily update. Stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.